Why did you become a police officer?
So the reason why I wanted to become a police officer is when I was a little kid, everybody was picking their careers and that kind of deal, and I've always wanted to be a police officer. Went to college, got my degree, went to work for GT Directories, which later became Verizon Information Services, and then like a lot of adults my age, 9/11 happened. And when 9/11 occurred, that's when my life changed along with a lot of other Americans, and kind of made me decide that made me realize what I really wanted to do with my life, and being a police officer was definitely something that I kind of felt the need to do. So 9/11 definitely changed my life, and that's the main reason why I really decided to do it. And my advice to anybody that wants to become a police officer, biggest thing more than anything else is make sure you keep up with your physical fitness. Start attending different programs. We have a great McKinney Police Explorer program for high school kids. We also do the teen academies for the middle school kids. If you want to learn more about that, feel free to come and see me. I'll be more than happy to talk to you about it. But the other thing is that don't get so caught up on, well, I need to know more about criminal justice or that kind of deal. You got plenty of time for all that stuff. The biggest thing that people need to understand if they ever want to become a police officer, or at least have the opportunity to do so, is just make sure that you are following the law. If you're a law-abiding citizen, you shouldn't have a problem.
Are you proud to be a police officer?
I'm very proud of being a police officer just because it's something that I think is a calling. It's not just a job. To me, I think every police officer, every man and woman that puts on this uniform is really wanting to serve their communities and make their communities better. So to be a part of that group, I'm very, very proud of being part of that organization, and especially with McKinney growing the way it is. We have a great department, so I am very proud of being a police officer.
What is the most dangerous aspect of your job?
A lot of the Teen Academy cadets are going to know that there are two types of calls that are the most dangerous as far as police officers are concerned, and those are traffic stops and domestic violences. And it's mainly because it's the unknown. Anytime you go into a call for service or a situation where you don't know what's going to happen, that's always going to be the most dangerous part. But through training, through experience, and just by going to calls and continuing to do this job, every police officer is able to come out of it safely.
Do you ever get scared?
Do I ever get scared? Yeah. I mean, I think every person gets scared. I think a little fear is not a bad thing. Kind of puts you on your toes. Every time I go into a call, I get little butterflies in my stomach, mainly because the fact that I don't know what's going to happen. Again, it's the unknown. So, being a little bit scared is not a bad thing, because then all my senses are heightened and I can see everything and be able to react to dangerous situations.
What has the McKinney Police Department done to improve community relations?
Since Chief Conley arrived with the McKinney Police Department, there's a lot of programs. We've expanded the SRO program. A couple of years ago, Imagine International Academy of North Texas was able to get me as the SRO, and we've increased our police officer presence in all the schools. Chief Conley also started the Neighborhood Police Officers Program, so we have police officers that are on bicycles and go to different events, neighborhood events. Chief Conley has also created the Citizen Advisory Board for diversity reasons, and being able to talk to citizens directly about how they feel about the police department. Carla Marion also is our PIO, our public information officer. She does a great job in relationships with the community and social media. So if you're following us on Instagram, Facebook, or you can follow us there, and you'll be able, and Twitter as well, and you'll be able to see all of that. So McKinney Police Department has come a long way to improve the relationship with police officers in the community. We're a lot more, not that we weren't open before, but we're definitely a lot more open now.
How do you feel about working at Imagine?
How do I feel about working at Imagine? I love working here at Imagine. It's a lot of fun. It's definitely a different environment. I was an SRO at Down Middle School for 5 years and for a couple of months over at Evans, so I knew how to deal with middle school aged students. High school was definitely new for me, but the kids here, high school students here are great. And then working with K through 5, it's amazing. The enthusiasm that we have here at the school, the inclusion that we have here at the school, everybody here makes me feel very welcome. So I'm very excited to be here. I'm excited to continue to work here, and hopefully I at least give every student an opportunity to find out what police officers are like. We're just like you guys, we're just human, and the fact of the matter is that police officers make mistakes. I do believe that police, as an industry, we can always do better. I mean, every industry can do better, but police officers, we have to follow the law. And what we're gonna do is we're always gonna do the best we can by following the law and following the procedures that are set in place before us. Sometimes we're able to help out the way people want us to help them, and other times we're gonna have to help them out not necessarily the way they want us to help them, but we are helping them because that's what we're trained to do. That's what we're supposed to do. We are here to serve. We are here to protect the community, and may not be the exact way you want us to do it, but at the end, that's what we're trying to do. The IB learner traits, we pretty much incorporate almost all of them. We have to be principled because people expect that of us as police officers. We are held to a higher standard. Obviously, we have to be caring because we care about the community, and that's why we're serving it. Risk-taking, I mean, that's pretty much the nature of the job. We have to take risks, and being able to communicate. We have to be good communicators because the information that we receive from victims and witnesses, we've got to be able to put that down on paper and send it off to the courts to be prosecuted or to be litigated somehow. So the other ones that, as far as being reflective, I mean, everybody does that all the time. We have debriefings anytime we have a major incident. We have officers that will get together and debrief amongst themselves, and then sometimes with the supervisor as well. But we have to, obviously, we've got to be knowledgeable about the law. Definitely not saying that every cop knows every single law that there is, but even the laws that I don't know, at the very least, I know where to look to find it, and it's not just Google. So there's a lot of places that you have to look in order to be able to get the most updated information as far as the law, because the law is constantly changing and the interpretation of the law is constantly changing. So you have to be able to adapt to that as well. So, thank you.